Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Today and in the coming class also, let us try to understand the application of vector in physics. See, we will apply in many situations, but let us take few situations so that you will understand the importance of vectors in solving physics. So let us first consider the very next chapter, that is motion in a plane. I think it's already started. See, the first concept is relative velocity, where you will use the vectors application lot to understand and to solve. And the other one is equilibrium, which you will study in the motion in a plane or in laws of motion. The other one is scalar and vector quantities, relation between scalar and vector quantities in physics, which depends upon product of vectors. See the importance of vectors. First I will start with one example. Let's take the equation of motion v equal to u plus at. It is the relation between final velocity and initial velocity for a particle moving with constant acceleration. And same relation you will write it as u minus at. See, this is the relation when particle is moving along one direction with some acceleration. That means acceleration and velocity both are along the direction of motion. But this is the case when acceleration is opposite to the direction of motion. So here all are in same direction, either I or j or k. So if you write in vector form, so you may write like I cap or j cap or k cap, so that you can write simply v equal to u plus at, because I you can remove. If you take this condition, v and u both are same, initial and final velocity, but acceleration is opposite. That means you will write v bar equal to u bar plus a bar into t as v bar is vi cap, u bar is ui cap, but a bar is a into minus I cap, because acceleration is opposite. That's why minus I cap. Then v will become u minus at. That's why you will take u minus at. That actually you will understand from where? Vectors. But there you have not studied vectors. That's why what you will say simply, if velocity and acceleration both are same direction, then v equal to u plus at. If velocity and acceleration are opposite to each other, then v equal to u minus at. But in motion in a plane, what happens, you know? A particle started from rest and accelerated uniformly with I cap plus 2j cap. This is the acceleration. There is one x acceleration, there is one y acceleration. Earlier there was only one acceleration. So acceleration is in vector form. Then find the velocity after 2 seconds. Then same equation you will use, but in vector form. V bar equal to u bar plus a bar into t. You need to find v bar. U bar is 0 because starting from rest, plus a bar given I cap plus 2j cap into t. T is 2. So v bar will become 2I cap plus 4j cap. Now if they are asking the magnitude, then under root 2 square plus 4 square. But same equation you are using, but in vector form. That is motion in a plane. That is what actually you have studied, I think, already in motion in a plane. So this way vector application comes everywhere, most of the situations. So Here A bar is two-dimensional vector. So V bar is also two-dimensional vector. Suppose not starting from rest, initial velocity is also there. Suppose initial velocity is I minus j something. Then substitute V bar equal to U bar I cap minus j cap plus I cap plus 2j cap into 2. Then I cap minus j cap is initial vector, velocity vector plus this is multiplication of vector with scalar, which we have studied already. So 2I cap plus 4j cap, so that I plus 2, I plus 2I, 1 plus 2, 3I cap minus j plus 4, so plus 3j. Because we have studied in addition of vectors, you have to add I to I, you have to add j to j. That's it. So here everything is coming in terms of what? Vectors. Similar way you consider relative velocity concept. See, relative velocity you have studied, that is velocity of A with respect to B, that is VA bar minus VB bar. And you said when VA bar and VB bar parallel, then VAB is VA plus VB. And VA bar and VB bar are anti-parallel, opposite. Then the magnitude of VAB, parallel means VA minus VB or VB minus VA. When they are anti-parallel, then VA plus VB. When two vectors are opposite, coming opposite each other, then VA plus VB. Then if they are parallel to each other, then VA minus VB. We have studied this in motion in one dimension. Why? Because see, suppose VA bar is VA I cap and VB bar also VB I cap. First case, both are I cap means both are parallel, same direction. Then VAB bar equal to VA I cap minus VB I cap. So equal to VA minus VB I cap. This is VAB bar. Then VAB bar magnitude is magnitude of VA minus VB I cap. But what is the magnitude of I cap? 1. So the magnitude is VA minus VB. This is when they are parallel. Suppose both are anti-parallel, then this is minus I cap. Then this is minus I cap. This is minus I cap. This is minus I cap. Then minus of minus plus. 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 Then what is the magnitude of relative velocity? VA plus VB. That is why when two vehicles are moving in opposite direction, their velocity appears greater. When you are moving in one bus is coming in opposite direction, then that bus velocity appears greater compared to the original, because relative velocity will become VA plus VB. This is what you have studied, right? So the same thing you can study using the vector notation. Similar way, in motion in a plane, that is in motion in two dimension also you will study relative velocity. Let us try to understand that also. First thing, relative velocity in one dimension or two dimension. Relative velocity means velocity of one particle with respect to another one. Then the generalized formula is, suppose A with respect to B means you have to subtract B. Suppose B with respect to A means you have to subtract A. VB minus VA then. But vector. See, you are moving in this direction, east, in car. So let's say the car velocity VC. Right? One person is moving towards north on bike. So VB. Then the question is, suppose what is the velocity of bike with respect to car? What's the question? Velocity of bike with respect to car. See, if you are at rest, if you are on the ground and if you observe car looks like going towards east. But suppose if you are sitting on the moving bike towards north, then car does not appear to you like moving towards east. It appears to be moving in different direction. Originally moving towards east, but appears to be moving in different direction. That is called relative velocity. Like you are moving in the vehicle, the surroundings looks like they are moving back. Is it true that ground will move? No. But they appear to be moving with respect to you. When you stand on the ground is at rest only. But when you are moving on the vehicle, ground looks like going back. That is called relative velocity. Same way, relative velocity changes from one reference to other reference. With respect to ground, the velocity of car is Vc towards east. But with respect to moving bike, it is different. Now we have to find velocity of bike with respect to car. Now the question is not the velocity of car. Now the velocity of bike with respect to car. So who is observing bike now? Car. So the velocity of bike is actually Vb. In which direction? Towards north. But they are asking what is the velocity of bike with respect to this moving car towards east. Then it will become velocity of bike minus velocity of car. Because with respect to must be subtracted. Then VBC equal to VB bar. So VB bar is bike. So what is VB bar? VB J cap. Because I said east I cap, north J cap. Upward K cap, downward minus K cap, or outward K cap, inward minus K cap. Similar way, if you consider VB bar is VB J cap. Now minus VC bar. VC bar is towards east, so VC I cap. So VBC is minus VC I cap plus VBJ cap. This is the relative velocity of bike with respect to car. See, actually bike velocity is along J, but with respect to car there is I, there is J. So if you want to find the direction, how do you find? Take the directions here always. East, west, north, south. Where this is I, this is minus I. This is J, this is minus J. Now, minus I means this, plus J, this. So this is VBC bar. This is VBC bar, where VB is this way, VC is this way, but VBC is this way. So now bike was going towards north, but for car it appears that it is moving along northwest direction, between north and west. Appears, not original. Or else same thing is also you can find like this. See, VBC bar equal to VB bar minus VC bar. That I can write it as VB bar plus minus VC bar. Subtraction is nothing but addition. VB bar minus VC bar is nothing but addition of VB and minus VC. Now, how to add VB and minus VC? How to add? First you will draw VB. VB is up. Draw VB. Then draw minus VC. VC east. Then minus VC opposite west. So this is minus VC. See, this is VC. But we want minus VC opposite. Then if you join these two, this is VB minus VC. This way. See, between north and west. So this is VB minus VC, nothing but VBC. So I can find using this, I can find using triangular law. That's why such type of questions to solve, you must use vector notation only, either vector notation or vector addition or subtraction. Relative velocity questions can be done only by using vectors, no other option. So that is the way you need to understand. I'll explain you one last and final case. That is Rain Man problem. I don't know whether you observed or not, but whenever you move on bike while raining, rain always appears to come opposite to you. Why? Because it is relative velocity. See, suppose rain falls vertically. Rain is falling vertically. This is rain velocity. Now you may move forward or back. Suppose you are moving like this. Velocity of man. Now you have to find velocity of rain with respect to man. So velocity of rain with respect to man. With respect to man means you have to subtract man velocity. So VR minus Vm. This is nothing but what I will say is VR plus minus Vm. Now this is Vm. You are moving forward. But Vrm is resultant of Vr and minus Vm. So Vr first draw. Then from here you draw minus Vm. This is minus Vm. Then this will become Vr minus Vm, nothing but Vrm. See, you are moving like this, like this. Rain falling down vertically. But because of your velocity, it became like this. See. If you stand here, you are standing, just rest. Then rain falls vertically, downward, like this. Because you are standing means Vm is 0. So Vm 0 means Vrm is Vr only. So down, straight away. But you are running, walking, or you are moving on the bike in this direction. So because of your velocity, what happens here? Because of your velocity, the rain bends in this way. So opposite to you. That's why rain falls on you into ice. It becomes difficult to drive bike while raining, because the rain appears to fall towards you in the opposite always. Not this case. You take, suppose rain is falling like this at some angle. Now you are moving with some greater velocity. This is your velocity. Then this is Vm. Then, this is minus Vm. Then this will become Vrm. Again, it will become opposite. You are going like this, it is bending like this. So always rain tries to bend opposite to you because of your velocity. And that you can understand using the relative velocity concept, which is nothing but addition or subtraction of vectors. See, here just I gave one example. But in motion in a plane, one particular topic, river boat and rain man. That thing you will study in detail in that chapter. But to make you understand, I gave this example that in relative velocity concept, whatever questions or numericals are there, concepts are there, you can understand only using the vectors, right? So in the coming class, let us try to understand the case of equilibrium, which you will study in laws of motion chapter. How the vectors portion, nothing but their resolution of vector will be utilized in understanding such questions, right? Thank you so much.